What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello and welcome to the Thursday edition of Your Show. I am your buxomly busty host, I believe I was told to say this time, Gary. Hello to you. Hope you're having a great little Thursday. Hopefully it's wrapping up and you're, just having the best time of your life. We had a great start here. We got some boys in the studio who we're going to get to and all that stuff. This is also where we like to say we are number one in certain categories on YouTube. And I believe today's is the number one show on YouTube in the category of having two angry people swearing constantly leading up to the start of the show. Now with that, let's take you to something a little lighter and happier. Something we love to call the Maggie Cam. Let's see what she's doing today. Oh, she's, Maggie Cam. Hey, no, you're going to get sniffles. She's going to get the sneezies. Good girl. No, don't leave, stay. Hey, Margaret, come back right now. Come here, girl. That's a good puppy. Well, now it's just getting weird. Yeah. Yes, look at you. She's such a good listener. And she's that way because she shops at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Mike and Rochelle and Leroy always there to make your day the greatest day in the history of mankind. As well, if you go there after hours, you'll see Kirsten, Shar, or Chris, and they will also give you that service you've come to love and appreciate from our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. And again, the biggest, look at that smile, man. God, she's beautiful. The biggest thank you of all going to our friends there because they are the reason we have this Maggie Cam. And this Maggie Cam sets the tone for every single episode. So thank you again to our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. They also got a great, and I mean great, little bath set up for you to bring your puppy in and get a nice little bath. It's very awesome. So be sure to go by and check it out. Now, last Thursday, we had our main man, Matt Young from CTV, not in the studio because he was literally doing, I think he did three different play-by-play gigs or color gigs. He'll explain it more because he's back today and we got him on the pre-tape with another edition of how to fix up all your old retro gaming equipment. Let's go ahead and run that one now, Dragon. Thursdays just weren't the same when he wasn't around. It was so lonely. We're saying, where's Matt Young? Where is our tutorials on how to keep our old games, systems,
We're
controllers,
back.
Equipment alive?
We're back.
He made it.
We're back.
Great
we
to
made
see
it.
you,
Yeah,
buddy. Welcome.
exactly. Good to be
you
back,
had
man.
yourself a run, hey?
Oh, it was crazy. I have a nuts week because in addition to working for CTV, I also do some local sports broadcasting
Hell
on the side. So Friday night, last Friday night I did the Saskatchewan Huskies game. I had to prepare for that on Thursday. That's part of the reason I couldn't make it. So how about those Huskies, right? They come back. They beat the Alberta Golden Bears 33-30.
Were you a little scared at all?
It was a big game. Alberta was up 30-14, but the Huskies win it on a field goal. Lucas Scott.
Comeback.
So it was coming alive at Griffith Stadium. Then how about those Hilltops?
Toppers?
They beat the Regina Thunder.
Sir.
So Toppers undefeated. So they locked up first place. Their playoffs are coming. And then Sunday I was in Regina up in the Brand Center doing Regina Pats. And of course doing some WHL there. And I do a few games throughout the year. So
you do
and
everything.
then this weekend. It's Saskatchewan Huskies again on Friday night at Griffith Stadium. So, I mean, I don't know. I love being in 10 places at once.
I love that you go to all those places. So those of us that don't get to go can still be informed.
Oh man, and
keep
then
us
and I
updated. I
love
love
doing
that.
that. And you know what? Like when I was young, like I said, we never had sports streaming. My games were never on TV. My games were never on the internet. There was no internet.
Literally,
so I
yeah.
love being able to do that.
It's
and one
awesome.
thing we both also love is Nintendo. Hey,
That's a great intro.
yeah,
We'll
I
have to
love
make
it.
that
I
an
love it. I
intro.
love it. So you have obviously a regular Nintendo. That's a zapper, right?
Just
there.
bought this last week.
That
from
is
Brooksie's
awesome.
garage sale.
And
Yeah,
you've
we
tried
got-
it? It works.
Not yet. We got the whole system over there. 2 controllers, this and Duck
Oh
Hunt and the
man,
OG Mario.
that
mix
is
card.
wild. That is cool.
So we're packing.
That is cool. You know, there's some of those were actually gray. Most. Of
Oh
them
yeah,
were
the one I
orange.
had was great.
You had the gray
I
one.
had the gray one.
You had the gray
Yeah.
one. Wow, man, Duck Hunt was just awesome.
Yeah,
I remember
I
playing it
always
with my
made-
buddies.
I always laughed at everybody who had the orange ones. Like, oh, you guys got a stupid orange one. Why don't you have the real one? Not knowing, like, because I was a kid, I
There
didn't know
you
that
go,
would be like rude
exactly.
to say. I was just confused. Like, how
Yeah,
come
yeah.
nobody has
yeah.
the OG one? Oh,
Well,
you mean nobody got
most
these
of
when
them
they came
are.
out?
Most of them are. All, yeah, and you know what? It was all like I mean, Duck Hunt was fun. I mean, all the
fun.
there weren't many games used with the gun, but they were but there were some of them.
Yeah.
Most games you use the controller, like this one right here, right?
Yes, sir.
So a regular Nintendo controller, but of course, I mean, they wear out after a while. So we've been doing a bit of a
Big time.
series the last couple months on restoring some of the parts of your video game systems. Today we're going to look at a regular Nintendo controller.
Everyone
right
knows
here.
it. Everyone loves
and
it.
you'll find that it's pretty simple. Now you
Ready
have
for
a
a switch?
yeah, you have a controller here. We're
Yeah.
going to show you. We're actually going to try and do a little work on yours today. So let's switch it up to the
Here we
top
go.
view so we can have a look at what we're going to do today. And by the way, here in Saskatoon, there is a big video game community, and we love to help out. So this is a Nintendo controller right here, and you can see it. And typically, what happens is sometimes after a while, again, dirt and crud and stuff can get in there after a while. And it
Pizza.
can,
We always say pizza.
Pizza, because you're always having pizza. You
Yeah.
gotta have pizza when you're gaming, I
good.
think. And grease gets in there, and it just becomes a problem because your buttons don't work as well, or they don't bounce back, or they're not as responsive. So how do we fix that? Well, first we actually got a live look at a controller that has that problem, and that's yours.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw a couple of weeks ago. Who are those people that beat you in video games from the bedtime podcast? Is that it?
Oh, yes. That's Hardcore and Brooksy.
Okay, they beat you. All
Yeah.
right. Maybe we'll have
Not
to have
good.
like 2 guys versus 2 girls and see,
I would appreciate
trying to
that.
assert our dominance
I
back.
would really appreciate that. It was highly embarrassing. For
There
sure.
you go. Alrighty. Well, we're having fun. Alrighty. So now this is your controller here, and I've actually taken it apart here. So this
Oh,
is.
here we go.
I took the
Okay.
back right off. Okay, and it's tough to see it on camera. I'll try to hold it up, but what you'll notice is if it focuses correctly. I mean, you got some crumbs in there. You can see that there's been some wear and tear. There's like some black residue of some kind.
It's crazy. It's like a
And you-
doctor looking
and
at
if
an
you-
X-ray.
Yeah, it's like we're doing surgery
This is
here, right?
crazy.
We're doing surgery. So no wait list here though. You just get in right away. So and you can see it's tough to see, but on the buttons, okay, you can see those buttons. If we can get it in the light, you have some dirt on those buttons.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's tough to notice. I'm trying to hold it up to the camera as high as possible. But there's some dirt inside those buttons.
Yeah.
And there's some dirt also in here around the D-pad as well. You can see that.
It's just
Right,
an old
like
beat up controller.
So what you want is you want to clean all that because that dirt gets in there and it makes your controller not as responsive. So I mean, this is pretty easy, right? And again, they press up, the buttons press up on these little pads. You can see it right there. They press up like that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, they press up on those little pads, right? And those little pads get dirt on them, and suddenly they don't press as hard anymore because you're pressing on dirt. That's the problem, right?
And that's how you lose many strokes in NES Open.
Yes,
You
yes,
miss your
that's
swing.
How, that's
That's
how you lose
horrifying.
in golf,
Yeah.
right? It's we're
worst.
going to take away the excuse, so now you won't have
Oh,
an
no.
excuse again.
Oh, no.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take it. We're just going to pull these buttons out here, okay? And you can see, like there's dirt. You can. I'm not trying to hold it up again in the light, but you can see there's dirt right around.
Yeah,
there.
right around the outside there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
rings.
And so your buttons don't press down as much. So again, this is isopropyl. We use it a lot. And again, a little toothbrush, and we're just going to clean it, and we're going to try and make your A button and your B button just a little bit more responsive, right? And this is a great way to sort of, get like, and you can see it now. You can see there's little crumbs in there.
Yeah.
There's some on your start button there. I'm gonna take that out, and you just want to clean this all off. And typically, what you do is you just kind of take everything out of there, even the D-pad. So you just right down to the shell of the controller and get everything out of there.
And
that's what you want to do.
That thing's never been opened. That's the crazy part. That controller has never been opened.
Well,
and still, you look at how much stuff gets in there.
And you look at sort of some of the wear and tear that is on, right? So like you can see that you want to get some of that off if you can, and you want to make it nice and clean so that like if you look here, you can see some of the dirt that's formed around.
Yeah.
You want to get all that. You can see here, see this, like see all that dirt there. You want to get all that off, right? And you want to use you want to get it off of there because your buttons will work a lot better once you do. Right.
This is like what the house looks like when you don't do any cleaning for like 10, 20 years.
Oh, well, and you know what?
Just that
hey,
dust
look,
buildup.
If you're a gamer, you have that house.
Yes,
or at
that's
least you
so
have it
true.
once in a while, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? You want to. So
Everybody's different.
We're gonna clean it. We're gonna clean it off a little bit. We're gonna clean this too, here, and we're gonna clean this as well. Yeah, you have some dirt right there. And you'll find that this is not that hard to do, and you would be surprised how much better it makes your controllers, okay?
See, and I was thinking we'd have to like replace an actual button, but the button isn't the problem at all.
No,
This is what we're finding
the
out
button
here.
is now one thing that is you have to watch because sometimes it looks like your pad, see you have a little rip here
Oh yeah, she's beat up.
in your pad.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'll try and get it on camera. There's a little rip right
there.
Right. Let's see if I can get it. Right.
I do admire how good you are with the
Right there.
opposite camera view. You know what I mean? Always trying
There's
to
a
turn the
little
one way.
rip right there. You can kind of see it. Okay. And that's likely why your A button does not work. Now, there could be there's a little fix to that. Typically what you'll want to do is you can go get another controller
Replace
that
with
maybe
parts.
the controller's got a problem with it, but you can replace the pad.
Yes.
Okay. The other thing that you can do is you can try and find another button, or you can actually switch this around. Right, so normally it sits in like this,
And it'll go in
you
okay
could
like
switch
that?
it like that, and it could actually go in like that. So let's put the tear on the button you don't use. Let's use it on the B button.
Yes.
So then it would go like this, and boom. Okay. So now your A button should be a bit more responsive because this pad here that's torn. That one's now your B button's not going to work quite as well, but your A
That's
button's going to
fine.
work a little bit
The
better.
B button just changes clubs. That's it.
That's right. Okay, so there you go. So if you're playing NES golf, and by the way, let's clean this thing a little bit too, because we want to do that. I'm just gonna where's my tooth? There it is, and let's clean that a little bit. Okay, and then also, so I'll put that back in there. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is clean your circuit board just a bit to make sure that that's okay, because that gets dirty too, and you don't want that. You want things nice and smooth. And now I can see here. I'm just gonna take this and clean it off. Okay. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Okay. And you just lightly rub it, and there we go. Okay. And then sometimes I just and again you gotta be careful, but you just kind of
pat
wipe
dry?
it down. Yeah, a little pat dry there. That's what I've done. And everybody will have a different way, and there's always people who say, well, you should do it this way, you should do it that way, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. But there you go. The point is you want it clean, okay? Yeah. And now that you have it a bit more clean, and let's make sure that those buttons and those traces there, they work perfectly. It looks like you actually almost have a crack there. I would watch out.
Oh boy.
This thing has been thrown around.
Yes.
Yes, I can tell.
This
I
the
can tell.
diagnosis keeps getting worse here on this control.
Keeps getting worse, yeah. Yeah, well, anyways, okay, so we'll do the best we can here. But yeah, it looks like this thing has been thrown around a
Yes.
bit. Now,
Might have
so
been
what we're gonna-
broken on my head by my brother over the years.
okay, I see. It's the
Yeah.
brother's fault now.
Yeah, always the
Okay.
brothers. I had to let them win. If I
You-
didn't let them win, they'd
You
beat the
had to
crap
let
out of me
them
with the
win.
controllers.
Okay,
yeah.
I got you. Now, so what we'll do is we'll put some of your buttons back in here. I'm going to also clean off the D-pad here to make sure that that's all done. And whoops. Okay. Okay, now let's see here. We want to get this nice and clean as well so that your D-pad works properly. And now, typically, you don't want to you want to avoid getting isopropyl on your hands, if you can.
Okay.
So I typically want to use a towel, or something like that. Gloves ideally if you can, but I gotta move a little quick here, so I'm gonna get that in there, and then okay, so that puts the D-pad back in there, and we'll put your start button back in. Okay, we clean that off a little bit. And then we'll put your AB buttons back in there.
Flipped around.
And we're gonna flip that around. So yeah, so it looks like you're a bit torn there. So we're gonna put so now the B button should be the one will be the one that maybe does not work as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we just gotta take this and put this back in here. And okay, now
Easy as pie.
and it's a little tricky. You kind of got these posts that the wire has to go around. Well, it's not hard. It's not super difficult, but and then now that should be good. Okay, and you'll probably feel, you're gonna feel that right away. Here, try it yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that one
it
leans down and to the left.
Yeah. So what you'll want to do is get another controller, take the pad out of it, and just replace it. That's right. That's right. So that's how it is. So your controller's still got a lot of life in it. Now you want to put the screws back in, and then that's pretty much it. Once you get those back in there, then your controller's in good shape. So you should be perfectly fine, and hopefully. You'll have a much better time gaming because you'll get more holes in one on NES Golf because you won't have to worry about that sticky A button, right?
Yeah,
and that's good for all controls. And I always say, you know what, it's good just to do some preventive maintenance every once in a while, because if you do leave it, sometimes it could lead to some permanent damage to your controller, and then that's absolutely no fun, right?
Yep.
So I'll put and tighten these screws up.
And we did it in time. Look at you go.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think
incredible.
Now one screw seems to be missing. I'm not sure. Maybe did it only have? I think I recall
right there.
having 6 screws. Oh, there we go. 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 There we go.
I don't know how I saw that. I got like 2 hours of sleep last night. So I'm like,
because you were playing video games.
I wish. I just couldn't. I just couldn't sleep. I was playing NES Open for a while, trying to make myself tired.
Oh yeah.
It was just one of those nights where you just couldn't get a good sleep. So now
I know what that's
my
like,
eyes are
and you're
just
like,
glazed over.
yeah,
you're like a zombie all day.
You
saw that screw.
Yeah. You saw that. There you go.
Eagle eye.
There you go. You got the eagle eye. So there you go. I'll just tighten these up a little more, and you should be be good to know. You should be good to go. And this button feels a little bit better too, actually, now that I did that. So
is rotating those sort of bumper things like, oh man, it's like a brand new controller.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Guy.
There you go. So keep the gaming going. I mean, just again, these are simple things that you can buy, little preventative maintenance. You do want to watch out, and if you're not uncomfortable, obviously get a friend to help you out. But it keeps the gaming going, and a little preventative maintenance can make your Nintendo controllers last a lot longer and go a long way. And you'll probably beat your friend in video games now because the controller works.
All right. Worst case, Ontario, you won't have any more excuses. Either way,
that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
This Thursday felt way better, brother. Thank you so much for getting in here.
No
and,
problem.
Getting us all fixed up. And
Absolutely.
I look very forward to next week and doing it all again.
We will. We'll bring in more video game systems, and we're going to show you some more Nintendo 64 and Super. And by the way, for those of you who played Mario Paint and have a mouse,
right,
we need to clean that mouse. We need to
do the mouse clean.
We're going to do the mouse clean, and and it's actually not that hard. And there's a good reason why you're going to want to do that. So that's going to be coming up too. And of course, we'll talk some local Saskatoon sports and all that, and we'll give you a full recap of the Huskies and Hilltops, and it'll be a good time. So we'll keep her going.
This is why we love having you, brother.
I love it.
Matt Young from CTV. Love that dude so much. Literally, he came in to this studio and said, I have to be out by 12:37 because he had a meeting at 12:45, and he left the studio exactly at 12:37. It was an incredible job. Matt Young from CTV. Check him out. Follow him on all the social stuff. He's a really good dude, and we appreciate him around here. As your show continues to roll on, we are about to go into 3-man mode here as we transform. I want to give a very special happy birthday to our main man, Double Dragon, a.k.a. Kale, a.k.a. Jimmy. We have the Billy to his Jimmy here, and he's going to come out right now. You also know him as the co-host of The Viewing Room. I also have Coach 2. We had to change it because it's TOO now, which is very cool. And he is also in the house for another amazing baseball talk. And we're going to have a lot of fun here. So let's go ahead and bring out the dragon. Don't mind this guy beside me. He doesn't look very, what's it called?
Profesh?
No, I was going to say engaged. That's the word.
I'm engaged.
Johnny, you're Johnny Caged, more like it. Get on up here, my man.
His spot, man. Maybe we should do the one way.
No, this is perfect. I love this. And this is why I love going live. You know what I mean? Because we can do stuff like this and we can hang. Dragon, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Before we get to anything, let's get the business out of the way. You have some news about the viewing room. Tell us what's up, my man.
Yeah. So after a long 8 weeks, we've decided to stop doing. No,
What a run. Give it up for the viewing room. Here, here.
No, we have an Instagram that just launched like 2 days ago.
Instagrams.
At the viewing room. _ And yeah, it's awesome. It's great. And anytime we're at any event or doing any episode, we're just going to be posting about it. So if you're interested in movies, local, global, whatever, you can find it there.
My man.
And we're going to be doing lots of talking and random stuff at events. So there you
Mm.
have it.
Very exciting. You make sure you get close to that mic. We didn't even test it, did we?
No, I
This
made
will be
sure the
interesting.
volume was like, all right.
All right. Attaboy. That's why you're the producer.
I made sure it was like turned on. And so
That's half the battle.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach 2, how are you?
I am also well.
You look great.
Thanks, sir.
You got any feeds coming in your earpiece?
Nothing.
No.
No.
You do look like the Donald Trump gun puller during the assassination.
What is
lady?
it? The Secret Service lady?
That's the one. Thank you.
The
The
one that
Secret
looked
Service
like
lady.
Pat from
It's
SNL?
Pat. Oh, man. Can you even
That's fine.
celebrate Pat anymore? I feel like Pat's probably not allowed.
Thank you, sir.
We got more toys on the set. There he is. All right. Bang, bang.
I mean, there
We
was
have a
big
shooter.
Thing. Like, she's never been tested before.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
know.
her fault.
I'm not judging her. I'm just saying that's who you look like.
So on the
That was
Instagrammers
very political out
for
of nowhere. That was crazy.
on the Instagrammers for the show, the viewing room, are there going to be just other write-ups? Could you like? Will you summarize your show, like your viewing room show,
The episodes?
in like a little newspaper or catalog?
That's good. I never really thought
Ooh.
about that. I've just kind of been posting like, oh yeah, this came out today, and then post the episodes throughout the week and be like, yeah, if you haven't seen this episode already, go watch it. We talk about this and stuff like that. But that is a good idea. Like, I have been doing a little description of each one in the Instagram,
Mhm.
aka the one that I've made so far, saying what we talk about. But like, I don't know, maybe that is a good idea. Like, I'm willing to try that.
There's a great example of sort of that same formula with our friend Adrian the Canadian, a.k.a. Coach number 1, who was on yesterday.
That is true.
You want to tell us more
Explain
about that?
I don't know if it's time. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't
Coming
wanna
down the
steal-
pipe,
What is that? I
maybe.
don't want to mow somebody else's lawn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sounds like a Friday thing.
It is. This could be a Friday thing. Well, AJ sends out newsletters
Well, we don't got to get
with
into
his. Okay.
it. It's going to be a surprise. I'm just saying there's another thing coming down that's pretty
Stay
cool like
tuned.
that, too.
I can't wait.
Okay. Dragon,
Sure.
have you watched any playoff baseball, my friend?
I have not. I've
Do
not
you-
been interested.
Do you enjoy baseball in any way?
I used to really like the Jays. The Jays
Yeah.
were my team.
And then they
in
pooped the bed.
2018.
Okay.
And then they haven't really been since probably
Horrible. They've been horrible. since then.
2019 to
Yeah.
pandemic, whatever, that kind of time. I just kind of stopped.
What would you say if I told you that the Jays were the 4th highest ranked team going into the season, as in the 4th highest favorites to win the World Series?
I would say, did you get those statistics from Toronto?
Yes, you'd be correct. It's unbelievable how bad they were this year. It's
Yeah.
very sad. And you know what the best part is? They're not changing a thing. All the important people are staying. They got managers staying. Atkins is staying. The other guy's staying. Nothing's changing. Except they did get rid of a hitting coach.
A few changes were made. But
Yeah, because
nothing-
those guys are really important.
Well, everybody, yeah, they're all important. However, the ones that are making the big decisions, there needed to be a firmer hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A bigger fist
1,000%.
falling down.
It's become an ongoing joke now with this team.
The three amigos one of them should have left.
What they really need is just to start paying off officials.
Yes.
Cheating
Yes.
as much as they can.
do
and then
that.
Bring it home. Okay.
Well, they
that's,
got
that's
these-
really what they need to be
I
doing.
agree.
Shapiro said, I believe it was Shapiro, when he was asked if Vladdy was a generational player. Do you see that?
I don't like that.
I was very upset.
Yeah.
Very upset. How can you, like, he's literally chasing one of the greatest players that the franchise has seen out of the city of Toronto. It's very sad.
I don't know if, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Vladdy's pretty loyal, and he's going to make sure he gets his money. I have a concern with saying things like that. He did correct himself with saying he's got the potential to be a.
That's not
generational
correcting
player.
yourself. That's trying to cover your ass when you
Yeah.
screwed up. That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
that
not. He's trying not to show his cards, and then you know what I mean. Don't show up for the meetings then, or don't host something and then have it open
you.
to the public. Just
Thank
say this is what we're saying. This is how we're addressing anything. We're
Thank you.
not taking any questions, and then you can avoid those things that you
Yeah.
don't want to answer.
And
But they
oh,
opened it up, and they just look like buttheads.
every single step of the way with this, the top of this organization has been such a cluster screw up.
Mhm.
There you go. Good save.
Everywhere.
Good
Thank
save.
you. I was working on that. Like all the way back to like the Seattle game and then the other playoff game when then you pull Barrios, bring in Kikuchi, like all these little moves that everyone says, oh no, it's no one else's fault but management. And then management is never held accountable. It's just a vicious cycle and it makes me upset. So we're going to talk about cool stuff.
Somebody has to go.
I believe, and we'll get
And-
this on tape.
Okay.
I believe that the San Diego Padres
Mm-hmm.
will win the World Series.
Well,
I am sold. They're so good, coach.
Okay.
So good.
Let's rewind the tape. Can you pause? Is this live? The show's not live. Can you pause
It's
and
literally the
rewind?
only thing we have going for us is it's always live. Anything
Okay.
can
You see
happen.
that thing right there? No, we're not live. We're not live at all.
The camera.
Yeah. we're not live.
That's
That's
it.
live. Okay.
Nope, don't worry about it.
Here
All
he
right.
goes.
So tonight,
Yes.
Dragon.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a little fun thing here.
We're going to inform
We
Dragon
got
on
some
baseball. This is
graphics
good.
here, and we're just gonna show the Your Show graphic. No, and the Dufferin
There.
Ave Media
Nice
Network
logo.
graphic. And
That's
it's
my
going to
street.
cycle through. So tonight there's a game between the New York
Yeah.
Metropolitans versus the Milwaukee Brewers.
The Brew Crew.
It is your job to decide who wins this.
I love
How
this
much
game.
money?
What do you mean?
How much money am I putting?
We're not
in?
gambling.
We're not
Milwaukee-
gambling.
We just want
Milwaukee
you-
wins, okay?
Milwaukee
They have like
wins.
the
Ooh.
spirit of Dahmer. You know, like you know what I mean? They're gonna kick some
Great.
ass. They're gonna make it happen.
Was he from Milwaukee?
I think so. Probably.
I can't believe people still say that name. That guy's horrific.
Well,
Anyway, so we
determination is
we
what they
have
call it.
we have a decision based on a serial killer. So that's
It's a
fine.
weird
That's
one.
cool.
Okay.
So that would mean the Milwaukee Brewers
Mhm.
will be facing the Philadelphia Phillies
Yes.
in the round 2-ish, as we call it. So,
You
Gary,
also-
we're
hold
going to
on.
go around the horn.
Hold on, I want to get your take on that. Do you also think Milwaukee's going to win? Because those Miracle Mets, man, they're doing something. They're doing something.
It's irrelevant. He chose what's
So it doesn't matter. He
Doesn't
trumped
matter.
us.
Perfect. Well,
Okay.
that's yeah.
Yep.
So Milwaukee's winning.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll
I'll
go.
put money on it tonight if you want. I'll put
So-
$20 on it.
So
This is good to know.
Then it's going to
Don't
be
gamble.
me
It's not.
and him.
We're not a
It's-
gambling place.
it's-
And you,
it's
and then me.
incredibly
Okay,
fun,
perfect.
Actually.
Okay,
You see him work this out on the fly? That was so cool.
so Kansas City is going to
Kansas
face
City,
the
here
New
I
York
go.
Yankees.
Which is so crazy to me.
The Yankees will win. Okay, I would like to see the Royals take down the Yanks.
The Royals.
It's
with
not
cheese.
going to happen. So then we'll go across.
Well, hold on, real quick, because
All right.
we'll take our time with this.
All right,
I'm
let's
gonna
take our time.
feel this out. So even after what Kansas City did to Houston,
to Baltimore
Baltimore, even better than Houston, dare I say?
by beating them in 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Not even that. Having a bullpen that's allowed 2 hits in 7+ innings. In
That's
2 games.
impressive. I just
It's
don't
incredible.
think that they'll be able to do it to the Yankees. Do you want? Or you want? I'll go the other way. Do you want me to go the other way? You want me to?
I don't
say
know. I
the
feel like
Royals?
you're in the middle, and we should try to sway you one way or the other.
Okay, so
You can be the dirty old Yankees.
do you have anything? Any
I
serial
like the
killers
Yankees.
from?
I like the Yankees.
from
yeah,
Kansas
yeah.
City?
Actually, his name is Coach number 2.
Oh, okay, weird. So the reason
Boo.
I like the Yankees is just I think they're a juggernaut.
They're really good. Yeah,
They're going to be good.
they're the Yankees.
Um,
But they also love losing in the playoffs.
that's true, and their path looks
Hard.
not hard at all.
I was
to
hoping
get
it was
to
going to be
their-
hard because
to
I
that
hate
final.
the
So,
Yankees.
all right, you know what? F the Yankees. So
Yeah.
Kansas City's
Come
Upset.
on, that's not even fair. That's
ALCS.
not-
Done. We got the Royals. We're gonna do a little bet on all of our little picks here.
A parlay.
So there will be something,
Mm.
and then
Very
it's going to be a
well.
real long shot, and we're going to have to put money down before the game tonight. So this is going to be tough.
'Kay.
So then you got the Padres versus the Dodgers.
And I just realized that they're playing the Yankees of the National League. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So you got
Dare I say the Dodgers are probably better than the Yanks, eh? Right there, give or take a little bit.
first three for sure. First
Yeah.
3 or 4. For
Those
sure.
lineups are just insane.
Pretty
I
tough.
totally forgot about that. I fell in love with the San Diego team, man. They got all like the hot young kids that are finally, developed. Like Fernando Tatis. Oh, mama, give me that guy all day. Love him. And Manny Machado.
Mhm.
Machado. And their pitching is really good. But yeah, it's the Dodgers. The Dodgers don't lose in the playoffs as much as the Yankees.
So I'm so happy to have known none of the names you just said. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to come up here and.
I was trying to think.
Last
Last time you watched 2018, so that would have been like Joey Bats and old Parrot Boy, Parrot Man,
Edwin
Encarnacion. Who
Mhm.
else was on those teams? Those are great. Russell Martin, good old Canadian kid. You know those names?
Yeah, the Aaron dude, the guy who could dive. Really good.
Hank Aaron.
Yeah. I think- No.
Kevin
That would be
Pillar.
good.
Yeah.
Superman.
That dude was
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
There's another. Who was Aaron Hill? But he
No,
was before that.
That was way
But I
before
was just
that.
trying to think of Aarons out there. So I guess
Maybe Josh
since we're
Donaldson.
saying Padres going all the way, the Padres are going to beat the Dodgers.
Okay,
There we go.
perfect. Now you pick the Brewers tonight.
Sure.
Then they have to face the Phillies, and the Phillies are going to be tough for them.
Phillies winning.
Okay, this is real life. Perfect.
That was a
Okay.
I think Phillies
legit
winning.
one.
Phillies, and
Hold
that's
on,
back to me.
Let me
Just based on the fact that I like Philly.
Let me reset here so
All
people
right.
know what's going on. Welcome
okay.
to your show. We're hanging out with Coach Two, as
is
well
it
as
staring?
producer Dragoon,
Is that the camera we're staring at?
and we're going over
Yeah, stare right there.
the baseball
time?
playoffs as they are going on right now, and we haven't really focused much on it, but we're getting a unique little parlay made because, as you know, we are very, very low budget gamblers here. We'll have to spend about $2 to $4 on big time parlays, and that is what we're doing.
I was
And
gonna
now
go
you're
a
caught
little
up.
bit heavier than that.
News Talk Radio teaches you that resets are important, so you know who we're talking to and what we're talking about. Take it away, Mace.
So we're from the top. Are we live?
Still live.
Yes, of course we're live.
Okay.
I
Which
forgot to
camera am I
say-
looking at?
This is why you're so confused. I forgot to say at the start of the show.
Yeah.
As far as we know, still the only live show from 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday in Saskatoon.
This is correct.
It's crazy.
Detroit versus Cleveland. That's a team that's going to keep that mojo.
Now Detroit.
Mojo rise.
I saw one of the
Yeah.
best stats of the year. It was basically saying
Salary.
the Toronto
Josh
Blue
Hader.
Jays and the Detroit Tigers on August 10th both
Oh.
had the exact same record. They were like 12 games under 500.
It is possible.
And Detroit decided to play baseball. Well, Toronto said, nah, we're good.
Mhm.
Very upsetting. Sorry,
It
I know
is.
it's like piling it on the Jays. I feel bad, but I don't really because I'm so upset with how that organization is run. Detroit has something special, something very cool. And we've all seen what happens when these, gutsy little underdogs get hot at the right time. I think
Agreed.
Detroit might roll right through Cleveland.
I struggle with cameras. I
Stop
think
at the
just-
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Say hello.
I think
to Drew Carey.
Detroit will take them down.
That's
Okay.
crazy. Yeah. What do you think?
Detroit's moving on. So we have
Hold
Detroit.
on. What about Dragon?
It doesn't matter. He's already picked the Phillies, which was a great
Tigers or
pick.
Guardians?
Just say
Guardians?
Tigers
Guardians
will
are
move
cool
it.
name.
The Guardians is a cool name. They were going to be the Spiders, actually.
That got really intimate.
Yeah.
He just like turned, looked at me softly. Like, did you
Oh,
know,
Lee.
buddy? They were gonna be.
For the-
They were gonna be named the
Is
Spiders.
that true? They were going
It
to name the
is, yeah,
Spiders?
Spiders. There used to be a team way back when
That's a
called the
pretty crazy
Cleveland
name.
Spiders.
Wow.
So we
That's
got the
scary.
Tigers
Yes.
moving on.
I love that. And they are so
Okay.
fun to watch. I love those young kids just getting out there and playing ball.
And because we're going back and forth, and I'm making this as easy as possible for you, now we got the Phillies versus the Padres. And you're going with?
The Padres, which is
Alright,
crazy because the
making it very
Phillies are so
easy.
good too.
Phillies are winning.
And then it goes back to you, and we have the Royals versus the Tigers, which I didn't think I'd say.
crazy.
at the start of the year, or even 2 months
August
ago,
10th. I
or
think
August
KC had just as
even
bad
a
of a
month
record
ago.
as well.
or maybe even yesterday.
That's crazy.
So we got the Tigers versus the Royals. This is a big one for you.
Royals.
Ah,
No.
let's try again.
No.
Rawr.
I already said the Guardians are cooler name than
Dude,
Tigers.
peer
so
pressure.
I'm gonna say the
Peer
Royals
pressure.
better.
Rawr. No
Okay,
Tigers?
the Royals.
Look at my
The
perspective,
Royals.
though.
Hey,
You're saying names, and
Yeah.
I'm supposed to pick one. So I have
Yeah.
a 50-50 tonight.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
And so I don't know names. I don't know stats. Okay, this isn't
Sounds
my
like me.
forte. I'm
Yeah.
the dude that watches movies, right? But
Hell yeah.
if you
Bobby
want,
The
Witt-
viewing room, check
Bobby
it out.
Witt Jr.
but I will bet money if you want me to.
Bobby
because,
Witt Jr.
We're not endorsing gambling here, fellas. We're just making a fun parlay.
The what are we doing?
We're making
So
a
we
fun
got the
little parlay.
Kansas City Royals in the final versus the Padres, and
Hold
it's
on.
my turn to pick.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So
I'm not
is-
going to show you up.
I can't believe our Tigers didn't make it through.
That's too bad. But yeah, the Padres beat the Royals in 4. So
San Diego.
there you go. Congrats.
Not just a fun name from
So
a
if you want to
movie.
make a ton of money, parlay this. Milwaukee wins tonight.
Here we go.
Then Philly beats Milwaukee.
Mhm.
The Padres beat the Dodgers.
Mhm.
The Padres beat Phillies.
Mhm.
Then we got the Tigers beat the Guardians.
Mhm.
The Royals beat the Yankees. The
Mhm.
Royals beat the Tigers.
Mm.
And then the Padres beat the Royals. If you type that all in
Philly
to a
beats the
little.
Royals.
Philly beats the Royals.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you're just throwing it out there. I was going to say we didn't say that.
No,
I've been
that's
riding the
bad.
Padres the
Okay,
whole way, but he loves the Phillies.
No,
I would ride the Phillies all the way.
that's fine. But the Padres are winning the World Series, according to Gary. And if you want to make tons of money,
There
make
it
all
is.
those bets. Maybe even give yourself a break.
That's got to be against some sort of YouTube TOS, dude. That's
Yeah.
insane.
We're just joking, of course.
How is
Nothing
that
here is
against
real.
anything?
Look, you guys want to make a ton of money? Listen to what we say right now, okay? So you're going to go onto your computer.
Might be a little misleading, yeah, when people
yeah.
start doing that. But I guess people have to watch the show to do that as well.
Yeah.
So,
So,
Yeah.
Mr. Balajian,
yes, new
Brian.
viewer. Love Mr. Ballard.
Wendy,
Yeah, and my sister. Ooh, by the way,
don't do
these
that.
guys told me, what? Can I not say happy
No, I'm
birthday to
telling
my
you-
brand new nephew?
Your sister was about to gamble her life savings on this bet.
That is true.
So don't do it.
They are watching from the hospital. I got some pictures. Anyway, yeah, a new
Don't
baby.
gamble from the hospital.
New
either.
baby
Just
in the
focus
family.
On the family.
And the reason I bring this up, not just to say congratulations again to my sister and her lovely family. That
Gary
grew by
the
one.
third.
Also, no, I suggested Gretzky.
That's cute.
Aw.
Isn't that cute? And then she shorted it to Gretz, which I said, hey, I'm all about Gretz.
Whiny
German name.
Gretz guy.
Whiny Gretz guy.
And
Anyways,
what's the name?
still want to say, they don't know yet. They're still deciding. Gretzky was the one we threw in there.
Male or female?
Male,
Can I make a suggestion?
of course, always. I do like your camera time, by the way. You're not Darcy Tucker anymore.
I'm doing way better.
Yeah.
With a little bit of guidance.
Mhm.
If this guy was the producer when I was helping you host it one day, I would have been looking at the right camera.
Nailed it.
B was just staring at his phone the whole time. Not saying that he does that while he's working, but
That sounded a
Archibald.
little cheeky.
Archibald Graham
Archibald is
Nickel.
a sick name.
Archie?
Archibald Graham Nickel.
Just so you can say,
That's
Archie!
Moonlight, and his nickname's Moonlight. Dr. Moonlight Graham from the Field of Dreams movie. That was my dream
it.
to name my kid that, and Sarah said
And-
no.
He's the doctor that comes out of the field and turns old to save the daughter.
I've always wanted to name my
Whacks
kids.
a hot dog out of
That's the one.
Karen's throat.
I've always wanted to name my kids like types of cardboard. I always thought that'd be great.
Cardboard?
Yeah.
How many different types of cardboard is there?
I'll look it up. I don't know. Go on your phone.
I don't
Like-
think there's any. I think there's just
Wait, hold-
cardboard.
Hold on, let me search it. I
While
don't
he's
know.
searching this, I have something to say.
It's not like it's sandpaper where you get different grits. What do you got?
Ty Cobb,
There's
Oh
definitely-
boy.
greatest
Oh,
hitter of all
here we
time.
go.
Come on. Are you trying-
Triple wall. Corrugated boxes. Imagine.
Corrugated, yeah.
Corey. Boom, right there.
Corey, yeah.
Okay.
named after a cardboard box?
Fiberboard or fiber is what I'd call him probably.
You know,
Hank Aaron.
I love
maybe
the
second
wild
greatest hitter of all
card
time.
Single faced.
aspect of all this stuff.
Single faced, which is probably not a nice
Sometimes
thing
it
to
goes
call
off
your
the
kid.
rails a little bit. So we're still talking cardboard over there. You're
Mhm.
talking about guys that are better than Pete Rose, which I can only assume is coming up from yesterday.
Dude, gray cardboard. That's the type of cardboard. Your kid's
Gray?
name being gray is sick.
Gray's a cool name.
I do know a kid named Gray.
Like, that's a cool name. It's
a great
like,
name.
Imagine Archibald Gray Nickel.
Or Corey Graynickel.
That's a good one.
Well, you guys have to remember the last name is Stefanik.
Oh yeah, right.
So that's another thing
That's
because
very
she is
stupid
she's the
assumption.
woman in the relationship.
right?
Yes.
But now, doesn't that always mean that that's?
It
the
is funny
cycle?
because it changed her name from Stacey Nickel to Stacey Stefanik, which almost has a nicer role to it.
Yeah, that's very media, like news, like what's the
A reporter?
Yeah, reporter. What's
Like
the,
April
from the
O'Neil.
Ninja
Like April
Turtles?
O'Neil.
April.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
That's crazy. We got that at the same
Yeah.
time.
Thank you for
I was like,
doing that.
I was
That
like a
crazy.
2-second delay there, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Hey, Cowabunga, right back at you, buddy.
Archibald Graham Stefaniak.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
rolls off
That's
the tongue.
good.
So there you go,
Grace
Stace.
Stefaniak.
We got some ideas for you guys as you decide on a new name for a new human being brought into the world yesterday. And it's very cool. So congratulations there. Now, we've talked about cardboard. We've made our picks for baseball.
Aqua Stefaniak.
I want to know. Oh,
Oh,
he is an Aquaman. That's
I
very
like
cool.
this side of you. Very creative.
So
Just this side.
just the back shoulder that you're giving me right now. It's great.
I'm looking
yesterday,
at the camera for the
we-
first time.
That's not
We-
the camera.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
yesterday we got into it a little bit as I've been looking at this one the whole time too. By the way, the entire show.
We've just had
I've been looking at that.
a
We
wide
said we're going to
camera.
3
Yeah.
the whole time.
That's crazy. You probably can't tell though, so that's okay.
That's fine. You definitely can.
Pete Rose passes away. Pete Rose passes away. So unfortunate. The Baseball Hall of Fame will finally say, okay, now that that guy's dead, that we can put him in the Hall of
Right.
Fame. It's going to be super lame, super petty. I went on this big rant yesterday with Coach number 1 and Coach 2 that Pete Rose is the greatest hitter of all time. It's not even close because I like stats, and the stats say a lot of really big things. So that's why Maze is over here talking about Hank Aaron, Ty Cobb, all these guys. Ty Cobb was a real curmudgeon, though, hey?
Apparently he was, yes.
Not a nice person.
Well, let's just see this here. Ty Cobb, 4,191 hits.
That's,
so
a lot.
65 less hits than Mr.
Pete
Rose.
Rose. How many more
But
seasons?
his batting average was 367. So he probably walked slightly more.
But this is one of those generational
Yeah,
things,
that's-
too, hey? Where the league would be a lot different in the 80s than it was in the 40s
For
or whatever
sure.
it was.
Just why Albert Pujols and Miguel
I'm with you,
Cabrera
yeah,
probably
absolutely.
stronger hitters than
Yeah.
Pete Rose.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I think he was prepared for an argument.
He was,
then
and
there
I'm not
was
gonna
no
argue because
there was
it's
no argument.
different times. You know, generational talk is usually the spoiler of all debates when it comes to
Correct.
greatest players because it's
Because
totally different from
The
decade to
gear's
decade.
different.
Yep, everything,
The ball's different.
everything, which is very interesting. That's like playing on a Nintendo Wii your whole life, and all of a sudden you move up to a Switch. Like, whoa, this is different. But
So I
sorta
could make the
same.
Henry Aaron that played from 54 to 76.
That's Hank, Hammer
That's
and Hank.
Hammer and Hank versus Pete Rose
Sock
that
and
played from
dinger.
63 to 86. That would be one.
Making the All-Star team from 5 different positions. I think I saw like first, second, third, left, and right field.
Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Remember when we made lists and teams?
Oh, you love lists.
I love lists and
This
teams.
guy
So
loves lists.
He does. Yeah.
the 10s to the 20s for baseball, the 90s and the O's, the 70s and the 80s, the 50s and the 60s, 30s and the 40s. 20-year
Dude.
things, and we should make
I
the
see a
best
pattern here.
of things. 20 years.
It's a 20-year cycle.
Yeah. We should
Man.
do that. That'd
Hear
be
me out.
fun.
That
We'll
could
make
be
the
fun.
best lineups
For each
of those.
double
eras.
decade era.
Sure.
I like that. What's that, Dragon?
I was gonna say, what if it was like 15 years instead?
Now you're just throwing wrenches for no reason.
I am, yeah. I just want to see if he can change the list in his head. Or
You
if
wanna
that's, like,
see
something that just
If he
destroyed
could
him.
dodge a wrench, he could dodge a ball.
Hey.
Is that what it is?
Are you comfortable saying the date of your birth on air? Like, when's your birthday? Not the year you were born. When is your birthday?
Valentine's Day.
That doesn't
Get
have
out of here for real.
to- Is it?
Yeah, see, he knows what day it is.
That's why you're so cute, hey? You're born on Love Day.
Man. look
That's
at this.
sweet. That's my adult dragon. Be careful with it.
I'm going to try and turn it into a heart-shaped dragon. Oh. It's born on Valentine's Day.
Sounds
Look
like
at
a
this guy.
Nirvana song.
That's a box.
Oh, I blew
But
it
look at
again.
that.
Hey, you did it.
I did it very quickly.
If we had the
Sleeping
top-down
dragon.
camera.
Um,
That's
so
good.
that's
So are you looking up right now?
Baseball players. This is a thing I do.
This is literally like one of my favorite things about Coach 2.
So I
He does this so well.
I found a baseball player named Pop Corkill that was born on April 11th, and I named myself Pop.
His birthday is April 11th, that's what he's saying.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah. It's 8
In a
months.
while, yeah. Us April babies, it's tough.
We got 15 minutes to go on this.
It'll be about 10.
show.
We're gonna cut it off at about 10.
It might be about 5
Yeah.
actually. Like this is.
Hey, boys, this is why I love the live format so much. No one else would ever put something like this out because they're so horrified of it not being good. When in reality, everything is good if you believe in it.
Look at this guy's name.
Believe in miracles.
Calyx Crab?
Could Dragon be Calyx Crab? Would that be a nickname
Dragon's
for
way
Dragon?
cooler than
Maybe.
like, calloused crab or whatever.
Takashi Saito?
Calyx Crab.
Callus Crab?
He's a pitcher. He's got those calluses.
Tyler Clippard?
I know that guy.
We'll find a better one.
Man,
here.
these are all the love players? All the guys born?
Born on February the 14th.
Joe
Buddy
Caffey?
Lively?
Sounds like a musical artist.
Benny Sayantara?
That's a good one. Augie Bergamo.
Ooh.
Purnell
Mincy.
That's a great name.
Purnell.
Purnell.
Purnell the Dragon.
Purnell sounds. I don't even know how to describe it.
Classy.
It sounds like
Ewell
I'm meant
Eubanks.
to go to like functions in like suits. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
big time. I
Like-
totally feel you on that
Like
one.
I'm
Ace
supposed
Stewart?
to dress nicer than I do.
Oh, look at this guy.
Pretzels Getzian?
That's you.
Pretzels
Did I
Getzian?
see that?
That is
Yeah.
not a
That's
real name.
So cool.
That is
Look at this
amazing.
guy.
When was he born?
Oh, and he's German.
Like what
Look at
year?
that. That's so cool.
What year was he born?
1862.
1862.
Dude.
No, I
Pretzels
don't,
is
I lied. I
old.
lied. I'm sorry.
Oh, why are you
I lied. I lied. I'm sorry.
Do you think those pretzels would still be good?
1864. I made a joke. What did I say? What did I say?
1862.
I made a joke based on how old he looked, and it was 1864.
Dude,
That's good.
Impressive.
do you know what
He's
you
got
should?
18 more.
You know what's a great job for you, Dragon? Is one of those guys that IDs criminals and that gets their age and name and all that stuff, like a telekinesis one.
Yeah.
Telekinesis is?
What are those called? I was gonna say Spartans. That's not it at all.
No.
What are they-
There's a TV show
mediums?
about it, like mentalists,
Mediums.
mediums. Yeah,
Mediums,
you'd be a good medium.
Long Island medium or whatever.
As we are hanging out with the boys,
It's really fun.
couple minutes to go.
All-time war leaders.
Ah,
Pete
wins
Rose, number
above
66.
replacement.
Number
That's
66
baloney.
All-time.
There is no way Pete Rose.
Who would you think would be number one all-time for
Barry Bonds.
war? Wrong. Who do you think would be number one? Thanks, sir.
Sandy Koufax.
Babe Ruth. Shockingly.
Ah, yeah, that
Number
guy.
one all-time war at
Again,
182.6. Then we got Walter Johnson, Cy
Explain
Young,
what
Barry
war
Bonds,
is for the people at home. Hold on.
Willie Mays,
Explain what war
Ty
is.
Cobb, Henry Aaron, Roger Clemens, Tris Speaker,
You
Honus
can't-
Wagner, Stan Musial, Rogers Hornsby, Eddie Collins, Ted Williams.
You can't just
Grover
talk about guys in a
Alexander,
stat category that no one
Alex
understands.
Rodriguez.
What's a war? Wins above replacement. What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does it mean?
What does it mean? Like this, if your replacement was playing instead of you, this is how many games you would have won or would have lost
I
without
have
him.
no. That's close.
Yeah, baseball's so hard with all the stupid stats.
Why should I be?
So many
Why should
stats.
I try and explain it when I can go to the definition page and explain it better? So wins above replacement. This camera,
Camera 2.
camera two.
No, that
No.
camera. That camera. There.
War measures a player's value in all facets of the game by deciphering how many more wins he's worth than a replacement level player at his same position. For example, if a shortstop and a first baseman offer the same overall production on offense, defense, and base paths, the shortstop will have a better WAR because his position sees a lower level of production from replacement level players. Simple enough.
Sounds simple, but I'm also very confused.
Yeah.
That was very confusing.
Why is it useful? We can go through
Yeah,
how it goes.
tell me
through.
why we care.
WAR quantifies each player's value in terms of a specific number of wins, and because WAR factors in a positional adjustment, it is well suited for comparing players who man different defensive positions. So rather than just saying this is the best hitter and they all play first base, therefore these guys are the best players, there's other positions in baseball. Not saying that the guy we've been talking about played first base, which he did not. But
Okay.
traditional power hitters were in the outfield or first base.
So would you say that it was sort of the Babe Ruth effect is kind of like the Shohei Ohtani effect right now because you're dominating both positions? That's why your WAR is so elevated?
I would have to dive deeper into that, but yeah, I would assume that
Yeah.
his ability to play,
Because
That,
pitcher's
but
most
also-
important. That's why pitchers' awards are always
also runs scored is a huge.
the old
factor.
RS.
Yeah, the run score is very important.
Interesting.
I hope your dad's enjoying this. Is he at the hospital? Will he be watching later?
He was at the lake, so I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but he'll probably watch later. They usually watch. I'm sure he'd love this talk. He was really pumped about the Pete Rose talk we had yesterday.
Does your mom still golf?
Every morning, the Willows.
Still.
First one out.
Fastest golfer in the history of the world.
She's the only woman who cares, or woman, the only golfer, sorry,
Golfer.
who
period.
cares more about
Pace.
the round time pace than the score. She just goes.
They modeled a sport after her. There's
Speed golf?
speed golf
Mom, you should be in speed golf.
would dominate.
How, like, are we talking like 18 holes? kinda?
Yeah. She does 18 in
18
like
holes
two
in,
and a
like,
half.
Not even
2.
2 hours, maybe
That's
times change.
Well, because she never,
Crazy.
the thing
Walking.
is,
That's like a 5-hour afternoon.
she
time.
never has anyone in front of her because she's always the first one out. So that's like she's not waiting for anything. She just goes until they're done and boom, off you go.
Wow.
If she shanks one, does she go get it or she just?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah,
she's
she
very
golfs.
responsible
She
golfer. Yeah.
plays.
Wow.
But
She
she
just
doesn't keep
puts it.
score.
Why
No
do you
keeping
need to?
score. Yeah, exactly. The only score that matters is the clock
And fitness
and fitness and health.
and walking is healthy.
I can't remember last time I walked a golf
I want to
round.
speed walk golf. Let's have a damn
Speed walk tournament?
Go golf.
Let's go golf.
Market ball.
That's not golf.
I
we
think
should
that
go-
would. Hold on a
I'm
second.
joking.
We might be onto something
We
here.
should go golfing.
Market Mall Mini Golf have our speed walk damn golf tournament.
So everyone plays their own hole,
Well, we go one at a time, yeah, and you just get time.
but you give them 3-hole lead
Yeah, because you can get going faster. Yeah,
Yep.
give them a little leeway.
and see if we can do it under your mom's 18-hole golf time.
That'd be tough.
Like everybody has to go through.
Yeah,
that.
total. Okay, let's
good.
be onto something there.
That's the
You
content
got
we
anything
need.
else? Do we got any
I
things going on
that's-
here?
I think that's about it. We got
managed to do-
Thursday night football.
Ooh, now.
Managed to do 30 minutes of baseball talk, which
Yes.
I know nothing about.
Hey, you're gonna
Mhm.
win though.
Yeah, we haven't focused on you very much. Tell us about you.
How are you,
I
Dragon?
don't need to be focused on me.
I love focusing on
just-
you.
I didn't know what to say with baseball. So.
Well, it's nice.
You did
It's-
well. You contributed. You set
stuck
some
to your
people,
guns,
you
too,
set
yeah.
some very
That was good.
vulnerable people on terrible paths, and
I almost spat there.
Like, we
That was
need
a
to
spit
have-
take.
We need to like we do not condone gambling.
In any way,
Children, you shouldn't gamble.
the
Okay,
worst.
Play mini golf instead. It's much more healthy.
Yes,
Okay?
exercise. Very
$2
important.
a hole.
This is good.
Oh man, what a great time this is.
You having a fun? Having a fun show?
That was a really good one. That was a really good one.
See, I love when the team comes together. This is good team building right
I
here.
think that was hilarious. That was a great
So we
time.
got the Bucks versus the Falcons tonight.
Here we go. Kirk
I'm big
Cousins
I'm
versus
big on the
Baker Mayfield.
Falcons. Just like you were big on the Falcons with your episode with Croker, who we also commented on, has been absent from the space for a little bit of time because he's been so busy doing
dude.
doing
Crazy
so many
creator
things.
rating, and he went on, like I said, the Atlanta vacation. I guess he was on. Like, he was just at a Falcons game last week.
Wow.
That's wow.
I texted him to see if he wanted to come on the show. He's like, dude, I'm in Atlanta. Like, what? All right,
Just
well,
doing
we'll see
everything.
when you
Get
get
there.
back. Yeah. Said, boy, were his arms sore. Just flew in.
Mm-hmm.
That's an old joke. I think that's from the Flintstones.
That was great.
Thank you. Dragon, anything else before we get Frankie's fingers going
I'll
here?
go get that rolling.
You're good?
Hey,
But
thank you.
thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us, man. I told you.
Went off on a rocky
more
start.
fun.
I came in here and Dragon was just grilling me.
You were
Very-
grilling him, bro. You guys were
Let's
like
be
an
fair, we were
old married
fighting.
couple.
Hmm.
And I was the child in the middle. Like, don't fight, mom and dad.
Shout out to the cookies on the Arkanoid
Yes, Pulse Power with Aiden. Not just Pulse Power, also Pulse Cookies,
Pulse Baking.
Pulse Baking. That's good.
Ooh, Baking with Gary. When's that coming back?
Man, interesting. That'll be soon. Hey, you're gonna get to hear the song.
Oh yeah, right.
So are you taking the Falcons?
I'm taking the Falcons tonight.
Take it away, my friend. Perfect. Oh, it's very low. I could barely hear it. Can you hear it?
I can hear it fine because the mic is in my ear.
Oh, is it not in my ear? Hey, sing away.
I don't know. We
lyrics.
got to put these. I want to put the lyrics to tracks. Maybe we can do that today. Can we plug in
It's
that
playing
thing?
right now.
And we're on the show right now.
We're literally
live?
ending the show. We are live. And we're live in 3, 2, and 1. There it is. I had it in backwards.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sound Hearing Impressions, by the way, Cassandra and the team. The best ears ever when it comes
Sound
to this.
impressions?
Sound Hearing Impression.
Not hearing impressions.
That's the one.
That makes more sense.
Thank you to CTV's Matt Young stopping by, helping us fix up some controllers. Very excited. Also, I'm very sad because that basically took away my built-in excuse for why I suck at NES Open sometimes. That controller, the A button doesn't work.
Oh, he fixed your actual controller.
Yeah, right there.
What a legend.
It was awesome.
I didn't know he did that. I thought he brought that stuff in.
Yeah.
I have
it
a
was very
sticky
cool.
controller too. I've been playing a lot of baseball
Bring
stars
it in.
lately.
Yeah, I got you back on that.
You got me going.
That's fair.
Shout out to Aquaman who have added
Yes.
to their staff.
There we go. Yeah.
Correct.
It's the future staff.
And Denev Finishing.
Yeah.
They're beauties. They love Rush.
As
and golfing.
well, All Out Angst Podcast, episode 12. I believe it drops today. Check it out with Uncle Mike and Matt from all the bands.
And really check out the Bamford & Co.
So good. So good.
podcast.
You learn
really
without
good.
knowing
you
you're
learn
learning.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they're getting more comfortable in their thing. They're comfortable. They speak in front of people often. But the show, once you get
Growth.
a little groove,
There's
you're in
growth.
a groove.
Yeah, dude.
They're in a groove. They're doing really
That's
well.
awesome. Yeah.
And then what's that other one?
One Bad Pod. We'll be recording with KD
I love listening
tomorrow.
to it.
So good.
I can't wait till there's more. Like, I can't wait till I'm through their story and then what other curveballs are thrown out there.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's so funny.
We are about to roll out. So I just want to say thank you to you for watching and supporting us here. Remember, karma is very, very, very real. Do good things and they'll start happening to you. I promise. Have a great night. Great job.